So for today's learning on how to cook Jamaican for the quarantine people, today's gonna be Jamaican roast fish. I got some snapper from the seafood market here. Got it fresh that day. I'll show you how to make sure your seafood is fresh or your fish is fresh if you get fresh fish from the seafood market. I'm not sure if you guys get snapper where you are, but you could use any type of whole fish that you like. Traditional in Jamaica, we use snapper or doctor fish or any type of fish from the ocean per se, but the main staple is usually snapper. There go my little lemon tree going on. I don't know if it's lemon or kumquats or whatever it is, but whatever they are sour. But I have a little buddy who comes over and eats them off the ground, so I let him leave him some on the ground. So that's the tree, and those are the ones on the ground. There's a little turtle that comes every morning and eats them, and he just eat them out, and then he leave the skin. So I usually pick those up, so I just leave those out for him. I think the kids named him Harold, and he come and eat lemons every morning. So this is what I got going with the grill right here. So I always use a starter. I never use charcoal, lighter fluid on my charcoal. So I use an electric starter. I plug it in, and then I already got one side going. So I got one side going. I'm gonna put the charcoal on the other side, put the fish in the middle, and let it cook that way. So if anything gets too hot, I could move it to the middle, even though there'll be aluminum foil. But yeah, so now on to the fish. Alright, so here's a snapper. Already cleaned it up. Cut the fin down, trim the other pieces off. And usually how you can tell your fish is fresh is by the eyes. The eyes usually is pretty clear. It doesn't have any it doesn't look hazy or anything like that. So what I usually do, which you don't have to do, but I usually do with all my fish anyway, I just usually put just a little slice like that. On both sides. And before I put it over there, I always just make sure I have it dry. Put it over here in the container. And I'll go ahead and do that to the rest of the fish. So all of the fish is cut up. Now that I have the fish sliced up, now I'm just gonna season it up. What I'm gonna use, I'm just gonna use some regular black pepper. I got a different container. If you watched the video last week, you know why I got a different black pepper container. I got some salt, and then all I have this easy spice fish seasoning. It's delicious, especially with seasoning up the fish. So I'm gonna rub the outside down and the inside of the fish with these seasoning right here. So this just adds a little, another flavor profile to the fish that you're gonna get, additionally to what you're gonna get from the vegetables. But what you guys probably didn't know, that I love fishing. I always went fishing all the time. I used to go and fish for my kayak, go out there in the ocean, catch some mackerels. I caught a whole bunch of fish, snappers, but I really love, going fishing. To me, it's like therapeutic, and it's fun when you're catching fish. That's why it's called fishing and not catching, because you don't catch fish all the time. When you ain't catching fish, it's pretty boring. But on the kayak, it's pretty fun, especially if you catch a big fish and the pulling you around. You gotta stay on your toes. Unlike the time my cousin came up from Tampa and he had his kayak out here, and I was telling him, hey, there's big sharks close by, but He's like, nah, I'm gonna put this little chum bag on my kayak and I'm gonna troll around and I'm gonna get some fish, you know, because they're gonna be following. I was like, hey man, stuck me. I was like, man, you're not on a boat. Don't do it. He did it anyway. I was over fishing. Next thing I heard, ah! I was like, what's going on? He's like, ah, there's a shark, a big hammerhead shark the size of the kayak. I was like, what do you think he is? He's like, oh man, it was a chum bucket. And when that chum bucket, I was like, hey man, you'd have been a goner, you'd have been on your own. Somebody have to live to tell the story. Especially since I told you not to do it. So, there they go. They're all seasoned up. I'm gonna go ahead and put these to the side, and what I'm gonna do next is cut up all the vegetables that we're gonna stuff and wrap up in the fish. What I did was I went ahead and already prepped all my my fresh ingredients. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start cutting up the fresh ingredients. And I like some of the green onions. And then, you know, once you stuff this and wrap the fish, it's gonna, all these are gonna cook down and give it such great flavor. Flavor profile is gonna be pretty good. With this, you could just eat it by itself. You could eat it with some Excelsior water crackers, or in Jamaica we call them tough crackers. But what I'm gonna make these with, I'm gonna make some plain white rice. Put them over some plain white rice. So I'm just gonna start right now with the green onions, or scallions, as some people call it. So just go ahead and chop down that. Again, being careful as usual to not cut off your finger. Even the green onions, you could feel the crying stuff in it. But remember what I told you about Batman. Batman don't cry. So the green onion, all this flavor is gonna be inside and outside the fish. So of course, you know, you cut up enough to what you think you're gonna need for your fish. So I got some fresh thyme. Trying to cut it up so it could spread out. To cut a little harder and put some of the, you know, because of the stalks of the thyme is a lot thicker. So green onion, thyme. Next, what I'm gonna do is we usually put some okra. Give it a little bit of flavor as well. With the okra. Growing up, as a kid, I used to hate okra. My parents used to make it all the time, especially with this steamed fish, but they say it's good for you, but when you steam it, when you steam it down, it gets a bit, to me, it's slimy, it looks slimy, so that always, as a kid, that always was a little bit off-putting to me, was having the slimy part. But I guess later on in life, when I came here, another way is frying them, because I've never had them fried until I came to America. I didn't even know fried okra was a thing. I've always thought it was, I've only had it steamed. So just go and cut it all down like this. And it feels and gonna taste. You guys can just smell all this fresh seasoning already. Smell, you know it's gonna taste excellent. Of course, already clean and wash always clean and wash your vegetables down. This time I'm just trying to make the video a little bit shorter. So I just did that off to the side, kind of like if I was on the Food Network, you know, go to the fridge, it's already done. The only thing is I still have to cook it though. I don't have any cooked and ready to go like on the Food Network. So let's go ahead and cut these up. And again, use as many or as little or none if you want. So it's all different techniques. I'm gonna save that. Next, I'm gonna do some carrots. So all these are gonna be steamed down with the fish. So you're gonna have a full. That's why I said sometimes you could just eat this by itself, and you'll be good to go. So you could do it different vegetables. Usually another way in Jamaica you use what's called callaloo. It's almost like a greens type, but I don't have any fresh callaloo. So what you do, I kind of usually just cook the callaloo down first a little bit, season it up with some pepper and some onion, cook it, and then you stuff it in the fish. With these fish, they're a little bit smaller, so a lot of this stuff is gonna be on the, you know, on the outside, wrapped up with the. It'll be on the outside, wrapped up with the fish. Either which way, all this gonna steam down, all that flavor. So if you guys decide to make this, you gotta, you know, let me know what you're gonna make. And I say you could use any type of fish you like. We just use the traditional Dr. Fish. But where I'm at up here, I don't think I could get Dr. Fish fresh. That's more in the South Florida and the Caribbean. That's like I'm fortunate to live in an area where I can just go out and get fresh fish. If I don't catch it, I can get it fresh here. Because I live right next to Destin, next to the Over, and Destin is known to be the luckiest fishing village in the world. Usually go out on some charters, but I think the charters are the bigger charters are closed because of the amount of people that they could have. But soon the world will be open back up. And you can get all the fresh fish and everything you want. Go on all the fishing charters. Make sure, if you didn't want to go on a charter before, make sure you go this year. Because you never know. Alright, almost got this. I'm cutting board walking all over the place. Almost done cutting this up. Onion, not onion. Right, next up is gonna be the onion. I had to give my eyes a break between the green onion and now I'll cut up some garlic. So next is the onion. Like this. That way. Throw the onion in there. chef school, but you know, on the side, not professional chef school. But last but not least, I got the Scotch bonnet pepper. So this is what I put very last because the spice, I already cut some of the seeds out and the stem, and then I cut it last because I don't want it to just make the other foods all spicy. Vegetables. So I cut it like this, and then because with this I'm just gonna go one. I don't want it to be too spicy. So with this one, you see some seeds right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and, ooh, you can smell it. I'm gonna cut the seeds out because if you don't know, a lot of the heat is in the seeds. And then after this, I'm definitely gonna wash my hand because the last thing I want to do is have this on my hand, then touch my face, touch my eyeball. I'm gonna be crying for real. Not too much of that, so I'm gonna go with just one to just kick it up a notch. Here's everything put together. I'm gonna pour a little, probably about a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Put a little bit more, a little bit of black pepper. I'm gonna put some more of the Easy Spice fish seasoning. You can get this off of you could order it off of Amazon. So if you can't get it locally to where you are, you can get it off of Amazon. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go ahead and mix everything up. Make sure everything get mixed up pretty good. Yeah, get all the flavors. Countertop's clean, so I always got my, get your bleach water, wipe everything down as you go along. Alright, so everything is all mixed up. Now it's time to get the aluminum foil and start putting in the fish in. So I have my butter, a little spatula. That's some original butter spatula, and now I'm gonna get my aluminum foil. So it all depends on the size of your fish, depending on how much aluminum foil you're gonna need. So that should be good for the fish. So the first fish, what I'm gonna do before I even put the first fish, I'm gonna take some of this butter. I'm gonna put it on the aluminum foil. Kind of to not, when it start cooking up, so it doesn't really, this side don't stick to it that much. Take the fish, put them in there, grab a bunch of the seasoning, you just stuff it inside. So you have it stuffed inside. Take some, put it on the outside. Try and get as much in there as possible. So I gotta ration it out for the rest of my other 5 fish. I don't want one to have too much and then the other one don't have enough. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna grab one of my fresh lemons, wash it off, and cut it up. Take one of the lemons, put on there. I'm gonna take a, what's this? 1/4 cup, but I'm gonna just scoop up, use it to scoop up the butter. Get a good amount. Just put it on there. Put that over there. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the fish like this. Push down. So we're gonna wrap it 2 times. So we're gonna take that. Piece like that. And take another piece. Just because it's open right there, and then we're gonna wrap it again over. That way it keeps all the juices and everything in there. So there's 1 fish, 5 more to go. All right, so I'm taking it out to the grill. My grill's about 300 degrees right now. Sides going, so I'm gonna just go ahead and place them in there like this. And go ahead and close it up. As I said, you don't have to use a charcoal grill. I just like using a charcoal grill. You could use a gas grill or even the oven. So I'm gonna let that cook on there for about, I'm gonna give it a few minutes and check on it, and then I'll come back and check on it when it's almost done so you can see it. I usually like doing mine for about 30 minutes. You could kind of, depends on the size of the fish, gonna kind of, and how, you know, flaky you want it. It's gonna depend on the cook time. So you could gauge it off of your, you know, by the pound of your fish and things like that. But I'm gonna come back in probably like 5 minutes and check them, and then probably in 30 minutes I'll like it be cooked all the way through. You could kind of hear it bubbling inside, and then we go from there. About 30 minutes on the grill, it's all done. Got me those Sekis. Usually I can get me a red stripe with the lime, but we don't have that one here. But here's the fish. I usually have it, I have some white rice, but I want you guys to see it as I unwrap it. See all that steam coming out of it? Let me put this down, it's burning my hand. So here it is. Juices in there. Usually could put some tough crackers or something on there, but I'm gonna just eat it just like that. Let you guys know how it tastes. Start out with some of the perfect flavor. I feel sorry for the couch. Try some of it. Peel off some of the fish. Check out the steam. See how steamy that is? Ooh, that's really hot. And good. It's a nice, just the juices. I say I made some white rice, but you don't even need the white rice.
just like this. I'm out in the backyard drinking a beer. The neighbor dog smell it and want some. Man, you know, sometimes food kind of bring you back to a place when you eat it. But this, it kind of bring me back to my childhood in Jamaica. Before I get out of here, kind of reminded me of my childhood back in Jamaica, as I said. Man, nice, white, flaky. Guys and girls, I'm about to end the video here. Just make sure you check for bones, cause this one's not that bad. Cause it's smaller, so it has the smaller bones, but the big one have the bigger bones. So just be careful eating it with the, with the bones. And as usual, go ahead and try this recipe out. It's not only for the quarantine time, but anytime. Nice, fresh, refreshing summer meal. Some you could even bring a fish and cook it on the beach with a grill. Just grill it just like this on the beach. Nothing better than eating a fresh fish on the beach. And as usual, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel down below. Like, share, comment. Let me know what you guys want to see next Sunday. Until then, try to escape. Until then, guys, enjoy, be safe,